Good morning, everyone. I hope you're doing well. My anxiety level is super, super high because this weather and having to drive in it really makes me nervous. It's not for myself, but it's for everyone else that's driving around me. Um, I like to take my time. I like to be able to maneuver at my speed. And out here in the middle of nowhere, people just they'll run you off the road. I've been run off the road. So this is like a really high anxiety time. Chances are I will probably try to cancel my doctor's appointment again or talk with her on the telephone at that point in time and tell her what's going on, what's different, and then make another appointment to be in there physically so that we can get a few things taken care of because I'm going to tell you, um, I'm having some issues. So we'll see how that goes. I went to the back to put the older heat panel that I took out of the cabana coop. I took it up there, and no one came out of the building while I was gone. So I closed up the door. We have two heat lamps going on back there, plus the heat panel at the nesting area. There's food, there's snacks, there's water. I've got water sitting up there, so all I have to do is jet up there and do water. I have a bucket sitting here so that way I can go and switch Tashir and Solomon on my way in my rounds. This one here, I'll do it as I go around the opposite direction. When I bring all my buckets back, I'll make sure that I bring enough for everyone to get some water so I can turn back around the other way. I'm checking my temperatures and everything. Everything looks good on the truck. Um, so it's Monday, right? We know that 8 Democrats voted with the Republicans in the Senate. They explained why they did it, but I don't like their explanation. I will say though, in my mind, this opening back up the House, the government, may force Speaker Johnson to um, swear in the other Democrat seat from Arizona. As far as taking away health care and not extending the AOC, the AOC, the ACA, AOC is on my mind. I just love that woman. But anyway, the ACA. I can't not say AOC. I don't know why. She's on my mind. I just watched something from her not too long ago. Um, it's not good for the health care of our people. The idea that Donald Trump refused to do what the federal courts said to do and went to the Supreme Court about the SNAP benefits is absolutely telling about what he cares about the American people. He doesn't know that groceries is not an old fashioned word. It's a word that we use every day, maybe twice a week, throughout the week. I'm watching these cars go up this hill. Looks pretty crazy. Anyway, he has no clue. These people that are eating crab claws and steaks and all of these great things at Mar-a-Lago and on Air Force One and at the, White House Club. Benny Johnson thinks that people buy caviar with their SNAP benefits. Let's see, the caviar was $70. If someone gets, I don't know, $200 in SNAP, you think they're going to spend 70 on a little thing of caviar? Really? Most of these people have children. Most of these people are trying to just make ends meet by having a little help with their food monthly. It's not that much money. I bet what most people get in SNAP benefits monthly is less than what these people pay for one meal at a restaurant. It makes me sick. You know, we're sending, what, $40 billion? $40 trillion, $40 billion, billion to Argentina. So far, just Trump going golfing has cost us $200 billion. And he gets paid back because all of his people are staying at his resorts, his golf clubs, or golf clubs. Yeah, golf clubs. And the government pays for that to him. He wants to be paid for his lawyers because he was found guilty and put through court systems for felony behavior. That's also paid by the taxpayer. So all of these MAGA people that were so worried about waste, fraud, don't you think this is waste? Don't you think that the government having to pay Trump back is fraud? Because of fraud? We have to pay his fraud court case lawyers? I don't understand it. So tell me, MAGA, is this what you voted for? Because he likes to see people suffer. And he doesn't care if you're MAGA or if you're a lunatic lefty. But he does think that he's only hurting the enemy within. He doesn't realize he's hurting you. You need to let him know. You need to let your people know. Marjorie Taylor Greene knows. If you follow Marjorie Taylor Greene, she don't like what's going on. Oh, it's so messed up. I don't even know where to start anymore. And, you know, it's just amazing to me that fiscally conservative MAGA supporters are okay with all of the crazy spending that Trump is doing, putting more money into ICE than the people who pay for ICE. Taxpayers pay in, and if those taxpayers don't make enough money to make ends meet, they get help, a hand up, food, just food. What is the problem with giving people food? Medical care. You know, they keep making this lie that immigrants get food stamps and medical care and free housing. This is not true. That's a lie. Anybody can go to the emergency room who is in this country and get care. That should be allowed. People shouldn't be allowed to walk around with broken arms and hands and fingers and toes, and children shouldn't be allowed to die from pneumonia because they're a child of an immigrant and they need to go to the hospital. It amazes me that these people still claim that they're Christians and they pray to Jesus. Oh, Jesus, make sure you take care of us. Well, what about the people that you're not taking care of? You know that most Latinos are Catholic Christians. I mean, some are Protestant Christians. But most are Catholics, most are Christian. You follow the same Jesus. I can't stand to hear MAGA supporting Christians, MAGA Christians. They're different. Because I can tell you that the God and the Jesus that I know about, that I was raised with, would not be okay with how MAGA Christians claim to be Christians but not follow the word of Jesus. You know, that's hypocritical. And then someone will say, well, you shouldn't be pointing it out. Why shouldn't I? Because if they are making this point that we're Christians, we follow Jesus, and yet they're okay with the racist, white supremacist crap, and they're taking away food and medication to people, taking away health care from people. That's not how Jesus rolled. And not to mention, if Jesus were here right now, you would see him as someone from the Middle East that could be a possible terrorist. And you would have him zip stripped, legs shackled, put on a plane, and sent to God knows where. Jesus was not white. He was not from South Alabama. He's not from West Texas. He's not from East Tennessee. He was from the Middle East. You know, knowing the words of God and Jesus and the Bible and how you're supposed to live, how you're supposed to take care of the stranger, those that need, children, people in general. I would say that those who talk about Judgment Day, that, you know, people that are okay with people living the life they want to live, being who they want to be, judging us as, well, you'll go to hell because you're going to be judged, and because homosexuality is a sin, and there's just so much that you all overlook and cherry pick. You have followed a white, fraudulent felon who is a sexual predator, and you claim to be Jesus and God-fearing people, and yet you don't follow the word. I don't know how you can live with yourself. Put your head to your pillow saying, I pray the Lord my soul to keep, when you go to bed at night, and then during the day you have evil intentions of brown and black skinned people. I don't know how you sleep at night. Y'all have a great day. Hugs from a distance. I'm going to be out here playing in the snow. I think I'm going to cancel my appointment, though, because I don't want to drive in that. There's no reason to. Y'all have a great day. Hugs from a distance. Bye, y'all.